Hello, hello. This is Lady Rochelle, author and founder of Warriors Talk, where we move away from awareness towards action. It is Relationship Monday, and we are live on Intellectual Radio. You can go to YouTube, type in Intellectual Radio. We are also live on IntellectualRadio.com and type in Intellectual Radio. So you can get it so many ways you can get this show live. Also, if you miss the show on Mondays, you can go to Spreaker.com and also type in Intellectual Radio. So now that we have that down pat, the show is being sponsored by Allstate with Paula Kelly. She's located at 327 East Glenwood Lansing Road in Glenwood, Illinois. She could be reached at 708-758-3300. And she's servicing all of your insurance needs. But make sure you tell her that Warriors Talk sent you. It's also being sponsored by Sisters Working It Out. They are a health advocacy in motion looking for ambassadors to go in the community to teach them on cancer. If that is you, go to sistersworkingitout.org for more information. Our topic for today is rekindling that spark. And our quote for today is, sometimes what you are searching for is right where you left it. Imagine that. So we have none other than Sir Walter Jones of the Sir Walter Jones Show, and he wears so many hats. If I tried to sit here and name everything that he did, we'd be here all day. My time would be, I would run out of time, and then I would have to charge him for this hour, right? So just know that person, and whenever I call on him, he is available. So I appreciate him for being here, his wisdom that he shares with the show, and he was responsible for getting this bucket moving. So thank you so much, Sir Walter, for being here. And he always act like he's so surprised. You know what? So yeah, you are. I appreciate it. Give people their flowers while they're alive. Sometimes we don't tell people how we feel about them and how much we care and how much they have impacted our lives. So I'm gonna tell you now. So in case I don't say it again.
Because after today, that's it.
That's it. I'm gonna have to start charging you for dropping this stuff. No, but I do. I appreciate you every time I call that you are there. And not only that, just for just dropping your wisdom, just to help make me a better person. So if you have people around you that are not making you a better person, you need to change your circle. So your turn into you in some type of way to help make you a better person. So I appreciate you for making me a better person.
You're welcome.
So we are talking about rekindling that spark. And I feel like we all have been in situations to where we've been in relationships to where that it fizzled out. Yes. And we have to figure out what do we need to do in order to get this thing hot again. And some people never get it right. They on to other relationships or being unhappy and being bitter, and we always play the blame game. We blame the other person, but we fail to take inventory of ourselves and say, okay, what did I do or what did I not do? So at some point in time, we all had to face rekindling the relationship. And I want to say, because we're talking about romantic relationships today, but this could be a friendship too, because sometimes it could be a friendship, it could be with your parents. It don't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. But although we're talking about, he's trying to get me on the camera.
He's just looking at me.
Although we're talking about romantic relationships today. So how can you recreate that spark in your relationship? Well, it's a choice. It's a choice that you have to make. Do you want to nurture this connection? Do you want to let it fizzle out? Do you want to put your energy into it to make it go deeper? And sometimes we take people for granted. You know the routine, and it's like, oh, I know what they're going to do. They're predictable. So, you just become complacent. But we don't want you to fall into that role of just being a wife, a mother, a parent. We want to make sure that whatever relationship that you're in, that it's sizzling. Am I right?
I like that word, sizzling.
That it is sizzling. So
why you choose the word sizzling?
Sizzling because it's not boring. When something's sizzling, that means something's always happening. It's moving.
It's moving.
It's moving.
I see. Something caused it to sizzle.
Yes, it's not going to sizzle by itself.
So some other outside element caused it to, which means which caused it to sizzle. That which is sizzling right now is forming into something. You think after it gets through sizzling, that do certain items stay the same after they sizzle? or do some items they sizzle and they
Mm.
transform into something?
I think some items do transform into something.
Mm.
And once it's because that sizzle means that something exciting is happening, and so you want to see a change after it dies down. You want to see, okay, what happened? What was all
Something
that about?
happened
Yeah.
to that item there.
What was all that about?
It
All that
went through
spark.
something. Yeah.
Yes.
So they'd say that there's a love glow that people have.
Yes. Yes.
You could see it. They've written it in movies and TV
Mm.
shows. They look, she's got that glow about herself. You got two parent. Um, let's look at what's his name who just passed, the comedian
Oh yeah.
Witherspoon,
Yes.
and that he's well known for the whole Bam Bam thing. Okay, well the scene in Boomerang when he and his wife was coming out of the restroom. Okay, that look on their faces, you could tell something happened.
Something happened.
Even though they were trying to, just
Right.
act normal, but they went through a sizzling.
They did. I think you
Yeah,
need those kind. You
and
need
you
that.
do need that. You need it. Apparently, Witherspoon, the character that he played and his wife, they were always on fire.
Yeah.
Right, they're always on fire. Opposed to the Ropers on Three's Company, where he was dead.
He didn't want to do nothing.
And she was always trying to tickle his fancy, and he was like, tomorrow, or not right now, and I even see that on with All in the Family with Archie Bunker and what have you. So these of course these are older shows. For you young folks out there, you might be bringing up somebody else. I don't know who.
I don't even watch TV. But do you think that because that one person was always ready, and the other person like, nah, it still brings some type of excitement to the relationship? Because it's like, okay, they always want me. Every time you see them, it's like, okay, calm down. I'm all right. We could do it later. It's like, I think it still brings some type of spark to the relationship.
Well, yes. But notice it's a man poses a woman.
Yes.
Notice the shows I just mentioned. The Ropers.
Mhm.
The man was
both,
dead.
Both men.
Archer dead. Love and Marriage. Married with Children.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. She was always on inflamed, and he was like, not now. Peg, not right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you think of any other movies, TV shows where it's usually they write in the man is always the dead one, but the woman is always on fire. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
What is that? Why is that? And was that culture then? And is that still the same way now? I don't watch these new shows, so I don't know.
I don't watch the new shows either.
Yeah.
But just I know some of the shows like Empire.
Okay.
What is the one with the Olivia?
Okay.
So looking at those, it would seem like it's the same because the women are still like they're the ones that are in charge on top, and so they're initiating things. So yeah, it seemed like
so is this fiction coming to life? Is this them writing this into these plays, these movies, and these TV shows to tell you this is what's happening in real life in our world? That it seems like it's always the woman that needs this type of spark.
And it is. It's sad to say.
But why is it? Is it on her because she's overly, or is it the man because he's not enough?
I think it's both.
There's no balance.
It's got to be a balance. It's got to be a balance so that she won't have to do all of that, because she'll know, okay, I know when he's ready, he's going to give me the signal when he's ready. So then I won't be irritating him every time he comes in. I want to jump his bones. I think it has to be a balance and has to be some type of communication, to what are your expectations in this relationship,
Well, maybe at the beginning, the expectation was there. They met the expectations.
Yes.
I got married and we were rabbits. Seemed like the first year we were rabbits. Okay. And then like most relationships, you begin to fall back a little bit more. All right.
So why did you fall back?
I think in my case, it was the children.
Okay.
Having children.
Life happens.
Yeah. Life, children, and then finance, and then jobs and stuff. And after a while, you're like, we got to find time to even try to have sex. And then you got to pick then we start trying to trick our minds and say, okay, Tuesday night is sex night.
Well, researchers said you should schedule it. That just because it's not spontaneous, people feel like, oh, if I'm scheduling it, it's not spontaneous. But they're saying that actually works.
And I've read in articles where it does work for some. because then it's like then it becomes a chore
I'm
to
going with him.
others. Yeah, it's
Gotta have
Tuesday.
sex with him.
And
Darn
you
it.
start coming up with excuses, and not tonight. Can we
Oh,
do it
oh
tomorrow?
wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, I did that.
That's
I had a Tuesday night schedule for my wife, and
okay.
it worked out for a couple
So
weeks.
you were excited at Tuesday. Okay, we go home at 6 o'clock. She's gonna be
Yes,
ready.
yes, but it turned into me being more excited
Oh,
than she. So, and as far as pop culture is concerned with these TV shows, I was the one that was always on fire. She wasn't. You understand? So, me being young, I got married at 20, 21.
wow.
So, my libido
It
was
was like
always
a
high. You could look at me and it's
little
like,
horny
you
little
pregnant.
something.
You look at me, you
It's
pregnant.
horny written on your
You know what I'm
forehead.
saying? But that wasn't her. That wasn't her. So yeah, that could be torturous when one person is not able.
So how do you get on the same page if that's how it started off at the
Hmm.
beginning?
Hmm.
At some point in time in the relationship, we gotta have a meeting. We always talk about
Yeah, we
having
do.
a review. You have a 6 month review, a 3 month review, a year
Hmm.
review, just like you do on your job.
Hmm.
They review you to see if you doing what you're supposed to do. Relationships, we need to have some type of annual review, 6 month review, quarterly review, to see if we're still meeting each other's expectations.
A review is good if you can talk about it. And if you mature enough to sit down and talk about
You
it,
think most people are not?
man, they just and it depends on which one is not really into it. I
Oh,
just don't understand where why it's individual based. All right,
right.
case by case. That what happened when we were having a great time sexually, we were fulfilled, and then something got in the way, and it doesn't mean that another person got
Right.
involved. All right, there's a lot of people who are having problems in their marriage that has nothing to do with infidelity,
True.
absolutely nothing.
True.
All right, so they said the number one reason for divorce is people fall out of love with each other. That's number one. It used to be finance and then infidelity, but it's actually I'm bored with you. All right, so why am I bored with you? What is it that you're not fulfilling in me? And is it has this anything to do with you not remembering what my language is?
Wow.
And so maybe my love language is touch, maybe yours is not. So I'm trying to push my love language on you, but that's not your language. Maybe you just need quality time. Well, mine's not quality time. So
So
it's
how do
like
you find that balance?
exactly. That's the question. And I think your answer is sit at the table and talk about it. But why can't we get to the table?
Right. Because we're busy. We're putting everything else,
Life.
and we put life, everything else
Hmm.
before the relationship, and we just figure
Hmm.
like it's gonna be there. It's gonna
Yep.
be there.
Yep.
And by the time you get to it, so much has happened.
Hmm.
People are afraid to bring up the issues. We're
Yeah.
afraid to have those hard conversations and ask those questions. How did we get here?
How did we get here? Yeah. And one is waiting for the other one to ask that. I'm waiting on you. And then I want you to read my mind.
Can't do that.
Yeah, read
You
my mind. You should have known that I was having these issues. See, you want me to read your mind. And I think both parties do that. I know sometimes women say that they blame the men for that and men blame the women for that, but I think we both equally have that issue of expectation of reading my mind.
like you should know me. You should know. I
And
think
in some areas, we should know each other,
we should.
but not in everything. I mean, I can't read your mind that you're having a bad day.
And that's what makes it so exciting is that I don't know
I
everything,
don't know everything.
and you continuously are learning something about that person. So that makes it exciting. But I think we do need to communicate. We need to open up. Maybe you need to set aside some time and say, we're gonna set aside an hour just to talk, to
Yeah.
sit and talk.
Mhm.
We don't necessarily have to have like, the topic of conversation, but let's just sit and see where this goes. Because at some point you lose connection.
Some point you do lose connection. Absolutely.
Oh. Joe Hill said too many people treat relationships like the game of Clue.
The game of Clue.
That's sad right there.
That's good. Speaking of Joe, I got Joe's book here.
You want to show the book?
Well, I can't because you turned the thing.
I'm sorry.
I turned
I
the
was
thing
reading the
around.
comment. Go ahead.
Hey YouTube. Oh, hey, where
Right
you
there.
at? Right there. Hey YouTube. I'm looking at the monitor. It's just so habit for us to do that. Yeah, this is Joe's book, y'all. It's a great book. It's called "Sex Begins in the Kitchen." Now he didn't know I was going to do this.
Mm.
A marriage manual for men. All right. It's a marriage manual for men. It's like my book. People think it's a book about women, but it's a book about men. All right. So I love this book because I'm gonna test you out.
Oh, we.
I'm gonna read the table of contents,
Mm-hmm.
and you tell me without reading the chapter,
Uh-huh.
what do you think he's talking about in the chapter?
Wanda. Help.
Joe Hill, all right, you got to help me out here, man. You got to help me out. Okay, great book, and if for you deep saints, well, I can't help you. I can't help you. Okay, because I can't understand how sometimes we get so deep.
Right.
We get so deep in our spirituality that our spouses are dying at home in the flesh.
True.
I think two people who are married shouldn't be dying in their flesh with each other. You know, the Bible says die to sin, but
Mm-hmm.
not die
Right.
sexually with each other. And I've seen pastors' wives who are complaining because the pastor he spends more time at the church than he does. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's a
Just
problem.
show up at the church naked.
Just
Hey,
show up to church.
Pastor. I was waiting for you at home, but you didn't make it.
It's sad. I think it's sad.
I'm
And
just kidding
y'all,
because my pastor may listen to the show. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
And
just
he
kidding,
loves his
Pastor
wife. He
Richardson.
adores
He
his woman.
does. She's a great
All
woman.
right, no, he got 17 chapters here.
7. Okay.
Okay, the first one title is entitled "Dating Doesn't End with I Do."
You should constantly be dating in your relationship. You should. Once you stop dating that person, that's when you're looking for things on how to rekindle it. So you have to
Mm.
always continue to date.
Continue to date,
Continue
even after you say I do.
after you say I do.
Why do people stop?
Because they feel like, oh, I got this person. They don't
Ah.
feel like they have to put in the work anymore because the person is there and it ain't going nowhere. And you get lazy.
So you think that's mostly the women do that or
I
the
think
men?
both. I think both
They
people do
both
that.
do it equally, you think?
I think at some point in time, it's not one person may do it more, and then it's not at the same time. I think people just get complacent, they get tired, they get bored, and it's like I don't want to
Okay.
do the work.
Okay. All right. That's number one. Number two, security in a haunted house. Uh,
Ew. Security in a
a
haunted
haunted
house.
house, yeah. Hmm.
Oh, okay, this is just my interpretation.
Okay.
So I'm married, everything in the house is secure, but I don't know what the hell is going on in here. Don't know what. How did I get in here?
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Now, you tell me if we right, Joe Hill. All right. Number three, chivalry did not die in feminism. Chivalry didn't die in feminism.
I
So,
th-
do you think he's saying that this feminist movement killed chivalry?
no, I think that there are a lot of men out here
Uh-huh.
that show chivalry.
Okay.
Women just have to allow them to do it.
Hmm.
And for those women who want to be this strong, I don't want to be a strong woman. I want to be, I want to be a woman that's, I'm able to do the things that God created me to do
Mhm.
and stay in my lane as a woman. But we have to be able to step back and let the man do what he's supposed to do. And if he's supposed to open the door, let him open the freaking door. Just how is that going to hurt you for him to open the door?
True. But do you think that uh, these men today are not as chivalrous as your parents were
But no,
because of women being more uh, feminist?
because they feel like they don't have to.
They
The
don't have
women
to.
don't
Okay.
require it, so
Ah.
they don't do it.
Okay. Okay. I had to ask it that way because I
Okay.
think that's what he's
Sharon
reading.
says, is anybody real out here anymore? She
Mm.
says, people say that they want a good mate, but once they get one, they don't know how to treat them. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's a good.
That's good,
point,
Sharon.
That's a good point, Sharon.
Dodge in the house.
Yes.
All right. Now, let's see. Number 4,
hmm
the lost art of conversation.
I totally agree with that. When we first got together, we would stay on the phone
Mhm.
hours
Mhm.
at a time. We
Mhm.
couldn't get enough of each other.
Mhm.
And then now it's like, I want to talk to him.
Mm.
I do not. The phone ring. You look at the phone like, okay,
Oh.
go to voicemail. You let the phone go to voicemail because you feel like you don't have anything to talk to this person about. But you'll go and talk to everybody else about y'all issues, but you won't talk to the person. So I think the art of conversation, yeah, it has been lost.
And do you think that conversation can spark sex with your mate
Oh yeah.
after it has been lying dormant for a
Oh
while?
yeah, definitely.
Okay, what is it about the conversation? Now it looks like I'm interviewing you.
I was
So
like,
can I
yeah,
continue?
what?
I'm interviewing you for the second week. Okay. So what is it about conversation that causes a woman to feel like, man, I want him? I mean, again, it's called sex begins in the kitchen. So let's say you're having a conversation at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You at work. I
Mhm.
called you, have a great conversation. I won't even see you till sometime 8 o'clock tonight. And you come home ready on
That's
fire.
that foreplay.
So you think the conversation was the foreplay?
Yeah, because women, men are visual.
Okay.
Women, you get us by ear.
I see.
So you could tell me some good stuff in my ear, and when you get home, I'm gonna be ready.
Okay.
And so when you get home visually,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be ready. And so then both of us are fulfilled. Bam, there goes that
There it is,
sizzle.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right, Joe, you there? That's good. All right. Okay. Number 5.
I'm not being interviewed right now.
Hey, you got me on here. Those just because tokens. Those just because
Mm.
tokens. What do you think he's saying in this?
Just because token, it depends
Mhm.
because to me, a just because token, I would think it would be, oh, I was thinking about her. I saw her favorite flower and I'm going to give it to her just because,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Then it could be a just because, like, okay, I got to give her this flower because, I haven't been doing blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So I'm going to give her this flower just because I don't want her to be upset at me. I want to, just because I want to get sex tonight.
Mhm.
So you give those just because gifts. That's
Eh,
just my turn.
Okay. Yeah, but whatever his
Yeah.
intention was,
Joe
yeah,
says women need mental stimulation, not
not
just
just
physical.
physical.
So true.
Yes. So whatever his intention was of giving you those flowers, whether he wanted sex, so he gave you the flowers, but it still will work, right?
Yeah, it'll work. We don't care.
Yeah.
No, just long we don't
Okay.
care.
Yeah.
I mean,
Long.
unless you did something that's way out of the
Yeah.
way crazy.
Uh-huh.
If you buying something and you took the time to get it, then we feel like there's some type of remorse inside of you.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear your side of the story.
Okay. All right. What other just because could there be other than bringing flowers home or some candy or something like that?
What? I'm sorry, I was reading the
What?
comments.
Oh, go ahead and read the comments. What?
That was
For no
Joe.
reason except for
For
love.
love.
Oh, Joe is here. Joe's here. Women need men. Oh, I read that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What other just because would
What
work for you?
for me? Just because gifts, or
Yeah, I mean, just because could be anything.
just because could be a phone call.
Okay.
Just because, hey
Okay.
babe, I'm thinking about you. You
Mhm.
crossed my mind.
Mhm.
You ain't even got to say nothing. You just be like, hey, and I hear your voice and you hang up. I'm like, okay, what he on? You know.
What do you?
So I mean, just because could be you. You don't really have to spend any money for just
That's
because.
true.
It could be something really simple. Women, we are really simple. If
Mhm.
you know us, we're really simple. The littlest things can get us excited,
Mhm.
especially if they're from the heart.
Okay, that's good. Number 6, just looking for some touch.
You should be touching your partner all the time. Little touches, bump up against him in a sexual way, but you don't really want sex. You're just doing
Right.
it to get his mind, to have his mind go there for whatever's going to
Mhm.
happen later.
Mhm.
You should be constantly doing little touches. If y'all out somewhere at a gathering, touch him on the small of his back or whatever, just little touches to let him know, babe, I'm here. I
Mhm.
find you sexy. I find you irresistible.
Mhm.
You
Even
should be
though you know that y'all can't do it right now,
right. It don't
that
matter.
could be the most stimulating
Yes.
part of the day.
Yes.
You just pat him on the back, on the behind, y'all at the
Mhm.
grocery store, and he's like, "Oh man, I cannot wait to
He's
get
like,
you
really,
somewhere."
babe? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He wanted. Then y'all want to be a part of the
This
Mile
is
High
happening
Club.
right now. What?
This happening right now. Bang bang. Okay, number 7.
Oh, candy bars. I'm sorry, candy bars, concert tickets, and dinners out. Yeah, that'll do, Joe.
What? Joe said that.
That'll
Okay.
do.
Okay. Candy bars. Okay.
Sharon says she agree with it.
Yeah. So he's talking. These are different just because
Yes, just
tokens.
because tokens.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Wait.
Mhm.
So this was something that happened to me, and I wasn't dating a guy, but I had put on Facebook that I want to concert. This guy that was trying to talk to me brought me a ticket and my girlfriend a ticket. We were sitting in like the fourth row. And that got my attention. He was like, "Here's your ticket, blah blah blah." And when I got down there, he met us down there and paid for parking. I had to pay for anything, and that was a just because
Wow.
gift, and that really got my attention.
See,
Yeah, it
there it
did.
is. So y'all buy some Prince tickets.
Prince is dead.
Still buy the tickets. Let's see.
Don't listen to him.
It's about tickets,
Prince
and you
gonna
see him in
raise from the
heaven or wherever
dead.
he is. Jelly was number 7. Work that vacuum, boy.
Oh, help clean up around the house. That's sexy. That's
Yeah,
something that I ain't got to do, and that leaves me more energy to take care of you. So yeah,
really.
work that vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey,
so
hey.
so you think so you think women find it charming that men do
Absolutely.
housework?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It shows how much you care about me as a woman to say, okay, I'm going to do this for her so she can relax. I appreciate what she does, and what she does is not easy. It's not an easy job, because sometimes people think that you are stay at home mom, that your job just easy. You just at home, eating popcorn all day and watching soap opera. No,
okay,
all sorts of things can pop up at home.
okay. Number 8, flattery will get you everywhere.
Every freaking where.
Hmm.
I mean, whatever. Even on my worst day, you find something to say, babe.
Mhm.
That's sexy how you got that crud in your eye.
Hmm. That crud in
Sexy,
your eye.
babe. Find something. Because let me tell you this: if you're not telling your person, you're not, boosting their ego or telling them, some sincere things about themselves, because they'll know if you just
Sure,
lying, you just,
he just wants some
yeah,
sex.
they know. But be sincere in your compliments, and it will go a long way. Because if you're not doing it, then other people are doing it. The lady at work, the secretary at work, when he walks in, she's gonna be like, "Oh, Mr. Jones, you look so sexy in your suit. You smell so good." Blah. And he smiling, he get home, you like, "Hey, babe."
Yeah,
You don't even acknowledge him. So
true.
you gotta out compliment those people. By the time he get to work, he be like, "I already know I look good. My wife told me before I left the house." Like, it's okay that you told me that, but I'm good.
That's a Tyler Perry movie, Temptation. That happened to that couple.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, she would go to work, and then this guy was always complimenting her. Then she would go home, and he would like, "Hey, babe, let's have sex." And she was like, "Really? That's it?"
That's so
Yeah,
boring. And that's that boredom.
yeah.
That's how you get to that boredom. Let me just vent for a second.
Uh oh,
I
it's your
hate
show.
people know that my show starts at 6 o'clock. Why do you call me in the middle of my show?
Right.
Stop it. Okay. I'm
Oh
sorry.
wow. Oh
Okay, I
oh.
just want to vent. Okay. Because so Walter told me,
Uh oh.
don't, vent on the air. Get it out. Let the
Yeah,
people know what's
yeah.
going on.
Get it
So
out.
I know y'all heard that, you probably got cut off when we were talking. So that's what it was. Somebody was calling me,
On knowing that you air at 6
knowing
o'clock.
that I air at 6 o'clock.
See, that's good. That's good. Venting on the air. It brings in the ratings. See, your ratings are high.
Oh, wait, what did Henry say? He goes, and it shows how much you care about when you both, what?
And you both live,
Live? What
or
does
is it
that
love?
mean,
Live or
Henry?
love? Which one, Henry?
Live or love? What does that mean, Henry? Okay, I'm sorry.
Number 8, flattery. I did that already. Flattery.
Yes.
Flattery. Okay.
Hmm.
Number 9, allow her to fly.
Oh, yes. You got to allow her to be able, if this is right, to live her own life and do her own things. The one thing you don't want is a woman that has no life, and everything you doing, she like right there. She's got to be able to do her own thing, to grow in her own little butterfly, come out of the cocoon and do her own thing. That's gonna give you freedom to do some things that you want to do. Go hang with your boys, go in your man cave, whatever it is that you want to do. Encourage her. Encourage her to chase her dreams.
Hmm.
Don't be like, "Oh no, babe, you stay at home and do this for me," and she has no life, but you doing everything. Don't do that.
Well, he's saying here, while let's see if you're right.
Oh, I'm
He,
sorry.
he says, while writing this book, I came across a survey on a popular social media site asking the question, are men intimidated by career minded or
Hmm.
successful women?
Okay.
You think you're where he is right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yes.
He says, our parents may never have asked such questions because during the 50s and 60s, successful women working outside of the home was not an issue to be considered. Granted, many women took jobs in factories, and he goes on. So it seemed like that he's leaning,
Yes.
or you're leaning to where he is. Women have fought long and hard to have an equal share in the success of chosen career or vocational path. Okay. Number 10, learning how and when to fight.
Oh yes. This is
So
so
you can
important.
learn how to fight?
You
Help me
yes.
out here.
So always tell women,
Sir Walter Jones Show. Go ahead.
pick your battles, right? Pick your battles. You have to be able to pick your battles. You have to know when to approach him with a conversation. You have to know exactly how to set the scene for a conversation. Otherwise, he's going to shut down and you're not going to get anything out of him.
Hmm.
So it has to be the right place. I mean, if you're out somewhere and he does something crazy, that's not the time to sit there and just go off on him and everybody's looking. You deal with that when you get home, or don't deal with it at all, depending on what it is. Some things is just not even worth bringing up, especially if it's gonna put y'all at odds with each other.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, makeup sex is good, but some things is just not worth it.
So
Pick
you
your battles.
so that's when to fight. But what
When
about the how to fight?
fight fair.
Okay.
And if you love this person, then you watch your words. You watch what you say
Ah.
to that person because
Okay.
some things you can't take back.
Ah.
So when you fight, fight fair.
Yeah. Calling folk out of their names.
Right.
They remember that. And even if you say I didn't mean that,
Right.
doesn't
Like,
necessarily mean it's
you
going to be.
little itty bitty. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mean.
And she may always take that as you
Oh
did mean it.
yes, yes.
Number 11, the other three words she needs to hear. The other three words. I don't know what that is.
What are the other three words, Joe?
Joe, tell us what the other three words are. I don't know. Make my dinner. Maybe I don't know that. Maybe that's the one. Number 12, be an engaged father to your children.
Ooh, that's sexy. Yes,
Hmm.
that's sexy because for one, men teach their daughters. You set your daughter up, your kids up
Mhm.
for the girls, what type of relationship they're gonna have with other men,
Mhm.
and you teaching the son, how to treat women.
Mhm.
And then she sees you as a teacher, number one, because your husband, we're talking about married people, so your husband he's a teacher,
Mhm.
so you want somebody that's able to teach you as well as your kids. And so you want to be able to look at him and go to him with issues and stuff, and knowing that he's going to be a fair father. First of all, most fathers, and I don't know, this is just my dad, most fathers are, they always the good parent, right? The mom is always the disciplinary, and
Mhm.
the most fathers are like, if you go to them and they be like, okay babe, they're the calmer parent. They're much calmer,
True.
and they're always able to rationalize with the kids. So when the kid comes to the mom, when I used to go to my mom and said, mom, can I do such and such, and she'd be like, go ask your dad. And I'd be like, daddy, can I do say? He'd be like, did you ask your mama? And I'd be
Mhm.
like, yeah. What she say? No. He'd be like, okay, that's
Mhm.
what she said. Then no.
Mhm.
So I think you want somebody who's good with their kids, number one, because you want them to grow up to be amazing adults, and you want a teacher that's going to be able to guide them in the right direction. I
Mhm.
don't know if that's what he meant by that.
Okay, we're about to find out. The other three words is I
Pick
am sorry.
Yes, picking your battles should be the next show. That's what Henry said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry could be the most important words that you say to a person. A lot of times we hold grudges, and we don't want to take that extra step just to tell, because our pride. And a lot of relationships go down the drain because of pride.
Mhm.
And it's like, go tell that person you're sorry. If you was in the wrong, just say it and mean it.
I mean it.
And follow it up with action, because I mean that word I'm sorry means nothing if your actions don't change and they're not consistent.
Okay. Number 13, you can't be her everything.
You cannot and you should not be. Oh, that's true, Joe. He said the qualifications required for being a good dad, partly into being a good mate. Exactly. Meaning helping out
Hmm.
too.
Hmm.
Taking them off your hands so you can get some rest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You can't be her everything.
You should not be her everything. And if go ahead.
So you mean tell me that women are not looking for a Superman?
We
I don't
are looking
understand that.
we are looking for a
Y'all
Superman.
looking for this big, tall, dark, handsome Superman, strong, muscle bound guy that's always carrying things and protecting you. So now you're telling me I can't be your everything?
No.
Help me.
No. And
Help me out.
you shouldn't want to be. That's a tiring job right there. I
Ah.
wouldn't want to be anybody's everything.
Hmm.
People need to have their own space in their own time to do their own things. I need to know that you can function without me if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
I should be teaching you and setting you up to function. If I'm sick, I have a baby and I'm down, I need you to be able to do something. I don't want you to be my everything. I want to be able to breathe and do things on my own. And then when we come together, it's good because you have a partner who can handle things. I don't
Sure.
I don't want somebody I can't breathe without them. Every time I turn around, they're right there. That's not a good thing.
And if there's separation happens, then
You may commit suicide.
yeah, you like I can't live without him or
Can't
her.
breathe without him.
Yeah, can't breathe. Number 14, are important dates dash are opportunities.
Opportunities to take your love life to the next level. Birthdays, Valentine's Day, the day we met, the day you proposed, like little stuff like that.
Mhm.
I mean, women will let you know. They'll let you know what the important dates are. You just got to make sure. I mean, I think it's on both parts.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, some men, men like gifts too, so we can't say that they don't. Men like to be surprised. They like for you to remember stuff too. I think both people need to do that to remember the dates, write them down, take a concerted effort to, just to make sure that you're keeping that person in your mind and they know that, and you're showing them by action. You know.
He says the king of all dates is the wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Another obvious day to remember is her birthday. And he says, I'm not sure if I could speak for women, but I would hazard a guess, but I would hazard a guess that the next most important date is Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day. Absolutely.
Yeah. Then he says next on the date to remember list is, what do you think?
A date to remember.
Hmm.
Ooh.
He says probably, but what do you think it is?
Another one.
Hmm. So dealing with a woman.
Dealing with a woman. So if it's not her, we already covered birthday,
Hmm.
Valentine's Day, the wedding day.
That's the anniversary.
Right. The wedding is the anniversary.
Yeah, but that was the first one.
That's what I said.
Oh, but she says
Okay.
another one. Wedding
Oh,
anniversary is one.
so we're looking for
Birthday
another
is
one.
two.
Goodness.
Valentine is three. He got another one
It could
here.
be so many. It could be the birth of our first child. It could be when I got pregnant, the first time we had sex, the first time you asked me out. It's
No,
so
no,
many.
that's all painstaking. Too much for a
Okay,
man.
that's too much. Oh, wait.
That's too much for a
The
man.
first time I said I love you.
Nope.
No? Okay, I don't
Mhm.
know. If it's coming from a man, I don't know.
Mother.
Well, I'm not your mother. This is just me.
Yeah, but you may be the mother of my
I'm
children.
the mother of your children. Yeah, but
And there's some women. I'm trying to tell you, y'all feel like that was an important day. Hey, you
yeah,
wish Sister Bobo at the church might have Mother's Day, and I gave you 3 kids. Why? What happened to me?
True.
I'm telling you from my experience.
Yeah.
Then he says traditional holidays: Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. What's next?
Oh, Easter, no. Easter is not about you. You didn't do nothing for
This is
Easter.
true.
Christmas ain't even about you, but we still want presents.
Yeah, it did. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving is very important to y'all
It's important, yeah.
because it depends on where you're going to spend
You
Thanksgiving.
better be at my house for Thanksgiving.
Or
Don't play.
you better be at my parents'
You
house.
better be right
And
where I can
that's
see
the
you.
fight though, because I got parents
I
too.
don't care.
So
We gonna in advance. We going to either them for Chris. We gonna go early. Okay, we're gonna be over there at 11. We'll stay till 4. Go to my parents' house. It's important because a lot of people think that if I'm not with you for the important holidays, then you with somebody, and I'm not the one. Maybe I'm the side chick, and I get the next day. And if I gotta get the next day, I'm gonna be
or
like,
the day before.
well, I won't see you the day before. I make it a habit of not
What's
seeing
side
you the
chick
day
day?
before
After?
or the day after. It could be the
Okay.
day. No, it could
Both
be the
of
day
them.
before or the day after.
Okay.
So I'd be like, no, I can't see you the day before, and I'm not seeing you the day after. So I just won't see you. So I just make plans with somebody else because I got 3 days free. So come on, I ain't got time
I
for
got
them
3 days
games.
free.
No, at 50, I ain't got time.
Not 50.
I'm not 50 yet, but I ain't got time.
But
I'll be there in June.
All right.
Oh, God, the first time we met.
You got 3 more.
Oh.
Overlooking those little things.
Yeah, you have to overlook the little things. That's the same thing with picking your battles. Don't try not to just make a fuss about it. Okay, he left his socks on the floor. He left the toilet seat up. Okay, all right. You knew this when you got with him because y'all lived together before y'all got. You knew this already. Now it's just irritating you. Like it's things about you that irritates him. Some things are just not even worth mentioning. Just get over it because you're not perfect. You have faults.
Can I play the devil's advocate?
You can. You always do.
Yeah, yes, I do. So overlooking those little things. Your analogy of what he's saying here, what you didn't read, but you brought out.
Mhm.
True. Overlook that little thing. But then what about the little things you should not overlook? You should see it because it's a little, I think it goes back
I agree with that.
It goes back to his earlier chapter about just because. There's another one here as well. It's the little things. Security, chivalry, lost conversation. That's big. Just looking for some touch. I think number five, those just because tokens might be related to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Um, I think his chapter 15, yes, is leaning towards what you're saying, overlooking those little things. But then this chapter can mean two things: overlook the little things, but don't overlook the little things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, Joe Hill, which one? I don't remember reading this chapter here, but which one are you talking about in the chapter? Chapter 15, number 16. Got two more.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sex dash foreplay starts in the kitchen.
It could start in the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, the closet, wherever you want it to start. I would say if he's saying that it starts in the kitchen, I would say maybe he's helping her cook because
He's helping her cook.
you can do
So
meals
it's
together.
not
It's sexy.
physical sex.
No, it doesn't have to
It's
be
just
physical.
him, like he said in the earlier chapter about work that vacuum.
Yes, and you're helping her clean, do some housework
Hmm.
around the house.
Hmm.
I mean, you can look at that in so many ways when you said
So
work
many
the
ways.
yeah. But
Okay.
I think he meant helping her clean.
Now, sex in the kitchen is not a bad idea.
It's not a bad
You know, if
idea.
it's just you and the kids in sleep, or
Yeah, the kids don't come in there while you
why
know, on the
why you
island in the
why you
kitchen.
basting each other in
Oh,
on top
gross.
of the oven.
They won't eat in the kitchen again.
Oh man, yeah, while you're marinating somewhere
Yeah,
over a hot stove.
gross.
Okay.
Like,
Um,
mommy, how you get that burn right
Mama,
there?
you got a burn on your buttocks. Number 17.
Yeah.
This last one.
Okay.
If you are looking for Bathsheba, you will find her.
Yes. Bathsheba needs love too. I'm
You
just
will.
kidding.
Uh, if you're looking for
You're right.
Bathsheba.
If you are looking and you
Hmm.
see what happened when David had Bathsheba,
Okay.
he had to cover up a lot of stuff. An innocent man lost his life, and he had to pay for that. So even though he found Bathsheba, he had Bathsheba. It was
You
a
will find
cost.
her.
Yeah, you will.
I
If
think
you're
this
looking, you will find
the
her.
title is brilliant by itself. I mean,
There,
you can. It's so much you can say to this
you can.
because she's out there.
She's everywhere.
Yeah, she's everywhere. She really is. She's at your job. She's at church.
Yeah, you just got to be strong enough to. You just got to be strong enough to know what it is that you want
Hmm.
and know what you have and what you're willing to lose. So I've heard a lot of men say they won't cheat with someone unless they had what they had equaled out. Because if they lost if their marriage was to break up,
Hmm.
then they know they could be with this person, they could still have the same sort of lifestyle.
Sure.
So I think you weigh your options when you decide to go with Bathsheba.
You weigh your options.
You weigh your options.
Now
And
he breaks down go back to sex foreplay begins in the kitchen.
uh-huh.
He got a chapter on oh that smell.
Okay.
Your kiss is on my list.
Yes.
Your body is a wonderland.
Mm,
The journey of
that's
the female
explicit.
figure. Her ears, the neck,
It's so much.
breasts,
Yes.
nipples, stomach,
Hmm.
her back, her
Joe, what you been
behind,
doing?
her. It goes on.
Wow.
Pour some sugar on me.
Okay.
I've been everywhere.
Some brown
I
sugar.
want to get freaky with you. These are what are these? What do you think these are?
These are
Good vibrations.
songs.
Yes, it's brilliant. All right. Save a horse, ride a
Doggy
cowboy,
style. What the
missionary,
Joe? Is
six
this
nine
book is
spooning
this book
the
X
cow.
rated?
Well, he warns us. He warns
Okay.
us
Okay.
that at the end of the book,
Oh, okay.
you gotta be ready
Okay.
because this is the climax.
Yeah, the
At the
climax.
end of the book is the climax.
I need a cigarette,
Yeah,
Joe.
the beginning of the book is for you
Okay.
conservatives,
I
but at
need
the
a
end he goes there.
I need a cigarette.
Yeah, you.
Ooh, I don't even smoke. So rekindling the spark. There's
Uh,
so many ways that you can rekindle a spark. There's so many things out there to include in your relationship. We talked about touching, we talked about communication, focusing on yourself so that you can be a whole person. I don't like it when people say, "Oh, you complete me." No, I don't want to complete you. I want us to complement each other.
yeah.
Because if I were to leave you, then you're going to be a half of a person. So you should enter a relationship already whole. You should.
Oh my lord, today.
What they talking about?
So you don't believe in
No.
that
Mm-mm. No,
complete.
no. I should be already complete before we get in a relationship. We should complement each other, not complete each other.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. What is your opinion?
Yeah, you should
Mr.
be.
Controversial Man himself. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you should. You you better be complete because it goes back to what he said earlier about depending on someone
Yes.
totally.
Yes.
You should know if I'm coming into this relationship half baked,
Yep.
then
Mm.
I'm waiting for your other half.
Missing
The
ingredients.
missing
Yes.
ingredients. Yes, absolutely. That was a group called what's the name of that group? The missing ingredients or something? Main
Main
ingredients.
ingredients.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the main ingredients.
Wanda telling his age.
Yeah, well, she told her age too, because she said it.
Wanda.
Yeah. So
I think Joe should change the name of the book. And sex
mhm.
begins in the kitchen. It should be something with rekindling or sparking the relationship because it hit on all the points that I had in my notes. So,
Yeah,
Joe, yeah, I think you need to re-release the book.
re-release the book under
Yeah,
another name.
yeah, under another name, Joe.
Okay, I guess you heard it, Joe. I guess you heard it.
So
Yeah.
for those of you who are out there, you're in a relationship and your relationship you feel like is in a slump. What are you doing about it?
Wow.
What actions are you taking to get out of that slump? Are you waiting on the other person to take action? And like I said, a lot of times we do the blame game. We blaming the other person. Oh, he didn't call me, or he didn't tell me he loved me. What are you doing? Sometimes you can spark that other person just by your touch, by the words that you say, like little things, leaving a little note or surprising. Hey, babe, let's go out for lunch. What you doing? Let's go eat. Little things. Take a walk in the park. Little things that really don't cost money. It doesn't. It just takes a little effort on your part.
A little effort on your part.
Hmm.
Both parties
Both parties.
should take a little effort and try to spark up what once was there.
Yes.
If it was once there. Because
If
if it
it was,
wasn't worse there,
yeah.
then why I wonder
Okay,
why y'all are
that's true. Because a lot of times we get together on lust,
mm,
and once that lust, lust is temporary,
yes.
and it dies out. Then we looking at each other like, okay, who is this?
Who is this?
Yeah, what? How did you get here?
Security.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, what do I do with this? And then now because sometimes we get into bed first,
Sure.
and we don't really get to know this person.
That's true.
And then once that dies out, that
Hmm.
honeymoon period dies out, then we
Hmm.
looking at that person like, okay, now what we gonna do? Are we about to have a relationship? And they like, what?
Hmm.
No, that's not what this is. And now
Right.
you're trying to build on a foundation that was never there. Build the foundation solid. And once you do that, then you can build and there's no foundation. What's going to happen? It's going to fall right through. So work on the foundation first.
True.
Be friends first.
Isn't that I know
Not and not friends with benefits. Just be friends.
but isn't that easier said than done, Lady Rochelle of the Lady Rochelle show?
What? I thought this was just a Walter Jones show.
Uh, slash Lady Rochelle. Isn't that easier said than done?
Being friends.
Yeah, it's isn't it like I see you, I desire you because men see you and
Yep.
they want, okay,
Hmm.
and then it's like y'all need to be friends, but the both of y'all like what was if the both of y'all see each other and you both got all this flesh stuff
Right.
going on and you come together? How do you break from that to becoming friends? And how long can you keep that going without you tearing each other's clothes off? Help me out, counselor. I came here for help. There's a couch outside. Can
Well, let
I
me just say, I'm one of those people. This is just I'm one of those people
help
that
us
think
out?
that men and women really can't be friends, that one of them has an ulterior motive. That's
Okay.
just me,
Okay.
right? That's just from my experience.
Okay.
So I figure like if you're my friend, then you're waiting for something to go wrong in my relationship or something. And once it does, you're gonna step up. I had that happen. I think men and women can be friends, but you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest with each other, and then you gotta set standards. Okay, so we're gonna be friends. What are we gonna be doing in this friendship? What does this friendship mean? Where's this friendship going? And then when it gets to the point to where getting ready to cross the line, you need to have a conversation. Say, okay, once we cross the line, what's going to happen after we have sex? Where is it? Because a lot of times don't nothing happen, and the 20-year friendship that you had is down the drain for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point of doing that? So I think you need to have the conversation first, and you need to put some standards in place. We're gonna do this, or we're not gonna
Or we're
cross
not
that,
gonna do this.
or
Yeah.
we're not gonna do it. Sometimes it's not even worth it. It's just not worth it.
Is it related to the 90-day rule?
I don't really care about I don't care about the 90-day rule. I don't really think you should be giving yourself to anybody right away. Because if you don't know them, you shouldn't be. And if I was going by what the church standards are, you wait until you get married. At least if you married and you get yourself to him, it's like, dang, okay, he can't run and hide nowhere. He can, but it's gonna take him a while to get out of this. So wait till you get married. I encourage my daughter who's getting ready to get married. Wait till you get married. She's 21. Wait until you get married. Don't have sex right now. Because whoever you have sex with, they ain't gonna marry you. They not. Wait, and if this guy want to marry you, marry him. Give yourself to your husband. You will be better off giving yourself to your husband to any Mo slow Joe out here that just want a couple of minutes of pleasure. Then you won't be suffering from depression. You're a bitter woman because you think you treat men funny. No, I think if women set the standard and say, you know what, I won't close my legs. If he wants you, he'll be there. If he don't, then he'll go do whatever it is that he wants to do. He could be doing it in the process while he waiting on you. Who cares? Get your relationship right with God. Listen to your intuition. Believe it and act on it. Stop rationalizing it.
Oh,
Joe, it was a good book.
good book, bro. I enjoyed it for
I'm
the
sorry
ninth time. For the ninth time.
It was a good book. Yes. So you guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I had a quote. Hold on. I got a relationship quote before we go. It says, a relationship is not a place where you go to get something. It's a place where you go to give. That's by Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Yes.
All right, Tony.
So thank y'all for tuning in to Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle, author and founder, where we are changing lives one warrior at a time.
Bam.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Sir Walter Jones.
You're welcome.
Okay, Joe has a long comment.